At forward, Grayson Allen. At center, Yusuf Nurkic. At guard, Bradley Beal. At guard, Devin Booker. At forward, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the visiting team, Frank Vogel. Time to meet your starting five. At forward, 6'7", number 28, Dorian Finney-Smith. Guard, 6'5", number 26, Spencer Dinwiddie. At forward, 6'8", number 2, Cameron Johnson. At center, 6'11", number 33, Nicholas Claxton. At guard, 6'6", number 1, Mikal Bridges.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Looking now at some numbers for Kevin Durant.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. The big three for the Suns, all on the floor. Booker and Beal as the guards, and KD at the four. Grayson Allen is out there with Nurkic. And for the Nets, they've got Cameron Johnson. Nicholas Claxton out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Bridges, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. And at this point of the year, Greg, injuries starting to mount for some teams.
And this is where your depth gets tested, your resolve. Because it takes a strength in numbers and strong leadership to get through it.
Three-pointer. And the rebound by Nurkic. And so Nurkic will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Dinwiddie against Booker. Outside, KD. Screen by Nurkic. Shoots. And Durant gets it to go.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. There's the feed to Bridges. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Boy, you have to be aggressive, powering through contact. Mikal Bridges, no signs of backing away.
Greg, here we are watching Claxton. Who does he remind you of?
You know, Kevin, defensively, he looks a lot like AD out there. Similar builds. And Claxton can also handle the ball a little bit. Just want to see if this guy can develop an ability to play facing up to the basket.
And here is Bridges. After Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. Back to Dinwiddie. Out to Bridges. Clock at 4. The three. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. way, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
Sharpshooter from anywhere on the floor. Booker's release and form, it's so mechanically sound.
To the inside, Bridges, and it's sent back by KD. Booker in the corner. Outside, KD. On the high post, he squares up and sinks it.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
There's Dinwiddie. They really needed more from him in that loss to New York. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Dinwiddie. Over Booker. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
Dinwiddie.
Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to New York. Outside, Beal. 1:46 left here in the opening quarter. Booker looking around. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the ability to adjust after the contact? Booker, the score in the end one.
The Suns shooting their first free throw of the game right now. So for the Nets, O'Neal's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Cameron Thomas comes in for Bridges. And it's Dennis Smith in for Dinwiddie. Phoenix also making some changes. Okogie comes in for Allen. And Gordon subbed in for Bradley Beal. Free throw good, Booker. So, Greg, when you think about the Phoenix Suns, what do you think fuels them the most?
Kevin, I mean, the fact that they had a 2-0 lead in the 21 NBA Finals and lost. This team is really battling to get back to that stage. And if they do, they want to take care of business this time.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
First free throw is good. Boy, Brooklyn GA did all they could to assemble a championship team, and look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, you take your swings in this league, and sometimes it works. Sometimes you have to retool, and they still have some good players to build around.
Smith hits them both. Last season, GA, the Suns trading tons of picks, plus good young players, all for Kevin Durant.
And then this summer, trading for Bradley Beal. It's clear they're going all in, constructing a super team to try and bring Phoenix its first NBA title.
Lets it go from 11, and it's in off the backboard. Booker's got 10.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Smith on the wing, defended by Booker. Smith against Booker. Smith kicks to O'Neal. Outside Thomas. 4 on the clock. Over Gordon. Thomas gets the bucket. 43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Booker against Smith. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Booker against Smith, and there's the pass to O'Neal. Back to Smith. Over Booker. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
For 3, Booker. The shot comes out. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Suns. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, what's your take so far on the Suns?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Phoenix leading by 9. So with Durant sitting on the bench. This is who Frank Vogel is out there. We've got Gordon. He's out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And so it's Brooklyn with it. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Gordon finds Beal. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Beal's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Suns. And GA for Bradley Beal. Finally a chance to contend with these Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, for so long, folks wondered how long he'd languish in a losing situation in D.C. Now he has an opportunity to play into June.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Trendon Watford. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Walker. And the Suns also making a change. Grayson Allen's checked in for Josh Okogie.
Well, in catch-and-shoot opportunities, you've got to have good feet and pre-shot preparation. Mikal Bridges, yes, sir.
There's the pick. Here's Beal. Connects in the foul line jumper. Beal's got his second bucket of the night.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much. You know, Devin Booker has a take on load management. He says, I'm not a part of that. I spend a lot of time in the summer making sure my body can take that load on. I want to be out there doing what I have to help the team. That's how I've always been, and I haven't lost sight of those kids up in the stands that might be seeing me for the first time. Kevin, back to you.
I like that perspective, D.A. Thanks. And here is Thomas after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. Thomas against Gordon. Thomas kicks to Bridges. Dinwiddie outside. Picked by Finney-Smith. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Every team in search of players with the skill set. Dorian Finney-Smith, the prototypical 3. And yes, he can D as well.
And the Suns call their first time out of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Johnson in for Bridges. And the Suns here with a different look. Bol, he's checked in for Eubanks. Durant comes in for Keita Bates-Diop. Okogie's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Devin Booker in for Beal. A nice shot by Booker. And we see players sometimes, Greg, after a change of venue, they change teams, suddenly taking the next step. What can key that lead?
Kevin, it's not all just opportunity and fit. I think there can be a mental component as well. A fresh start can give you a blank canvas to try new things.
Spins. Thomas's shot is off.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Durant measures the floater and nails it.
Boy, KD has such great touch on that floater. An easy, fluid release on what is a really tough shot.
Thomas feeling it out a bit and stolen by Booker. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Now, here's Thomas. And Ball sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Johnson.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Dinwiddie against Booker. Driving the lane. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, the strong drive by D-Book just forces the defender's hand right there. You give this guy an opening and he will attack it.
The Suns shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. And you know, Doris, Brooklyn's gone through a pretty tumultuous few seasons.
You know, Kevin, there have been some circumstances that were unpredictable contributing to what you're talking about. And now, as a consequence, a lot of turnover on the roster and on the coaching staff. Listen, it's never easy to make the kind of transition they've had to make.
Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Bridges.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
Now here's Beal. His last outing, he had 18 points. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Releases from 15, and the jumper is good. Beal's got the lead up to 14 now for Phoenix.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Pass to Bridges. Shoots it. Shoots over Beal.
Well, good defense, losing to better offense in that instance. You love how calm Mikal Bridges is in the face of that great contest.
And so it's Phoenix enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Frank Vogel. Coach, the points coming with regularity in that first half. What's been the key?
Well, we're playing with a high offensive motor. We're screening through physicality. We're cutting hard. We're moving the basketball. We're getting good shots for ourselves.
And it's showing on the floor, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome, everybody. V's story thus far being written by Devin Booker. He has been everywhere.
There's a handful of guys that can go nuclear on any given night. And Booker, he's on that short list when he's locked in. Come on.
Yeah, one of the elite scorers in this game, and Booker's only getting better.
All right, fellas, let's take a quick look at 2 key players from that first half.
The back and forth between these two have been fantastic. They're both leaders. You can see how much pride's on the line. They're bringing out the best in each other.
Kind of like how you bring out the best in me and Kenny. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We've got Nicholas Claxton. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Johnson. Then it's Bridges, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Beal. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist from Beal. Nurkic has got his first bucket in this one. Nets trail by 14. Talking about Bradley Beal, Greg, I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for his passing game.
You know, Kevin, he's really evolved as a playmaker over the years. Sure, we all know how talented a scorer and shooter he is, but Bradley is now superb at facilitating.
Phoenix has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Beal against Bridges. KD, that's for 2. Bucket is good. Durant's got 8 points.
You can see the level of attention Bradley Beal draws. This guy is so heady finding the open teammate.
Bridges outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. Johnson surveying the floor. And the Nets, another 3.
Finney-Smith on the catch, ready to rise and fire. That's big-time shooting ability right there, folks.
Beal, the pass to Nurkic. It's Beal on the wing, defended by Bridges. Charity stripe shot, and that one is good from Bradley Beal. 11 points in the game.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Dinwiddie dishes to Johnson. Claxton the pass to Johnson. Now Finney-Smith. Kick by Finney-Smith. Dinwiddie. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Beal from long range, and a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Well, that is so easy for Bradley Beal. From 3, no problem.
And GA, this Nets team, kind of slim on the interior, don't you think? How can they be most effective?
Well, you've got to press that advantage as far as quickness and get out and run and challenge opposing bigs to cover you in space.
KD passes to Nurkic. Double team on Nurkic. From downtown, another 3 for Phoenix.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Booker against Dinwiddie. They need this. And the 3 ball is good. Dinwiddie's got his second basket of the night.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Now here's Booker. He's got 19. Back to Durant. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Booker with no one around. Another 3 for Phoenix.
How about that? Devin Booker says anything you can do, I can do better. 3 in the books.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Nets have been forced to pivot from their star-crossed super team era. The what-ifs are fading into the rearview mirror. Now it's people like Mikal Bridges that are going to form the next new era. And rest assured, this team has dug its way out of far worse. With the draft assets and two-way talent on their roster, their aim is to remain competitive. Kevin?
I think they are. David, thank you for the report. Here's Nurkic after the basket by Brooklyn. There's Beal with the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. 43 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Booker outside. To the paint. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, Booker keeping that defense off balance with his passing ability right there.
Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Booker against Dinwiddie. O'Neal kicks to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. From deep three-point territory, Phoenix grabs the miss. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks.
Now, Kevin Durant is such a difficult check, right? You've got to guard against the shot, and this is where he can draw contact and make it so difficult.
For Phoenix, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The first free throw is good.
Kevin Durant is going to be remembered most for his prowess as a scorer. But, folks, we're talking about one of the most complete, passionate basketball players in the history of the game.
He's off on the second. And so it's the Phoenix Suns holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is who Frank Vogel is out there. Booker out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's Drew Eubanks. Then there's Allen. And it's Bates Diop in at the four-man position. Thomas, that's good. Now Beal. Greg is a guy that led the offense, a floor general. Do you think we're in the golden era of point guard?
Kevin, it's hard to say. I mean, the 80s had Magic and Isaiah. The 90s had Stockton and Peyton. The 2000s with Nash and Kidd. But this era is deep. You got Curry, Lillard, Doncic, Morant, and, of course, CP3 is still going.
Allen dishes to Beal. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Pass to Bates Diop. That's good. And so Beal with the assist. Beal's got assist number 5 here tonight. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Phoenix?
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And let's give them credit to the shot blocking on display. They set the tone early and have kept the pressure on defensively.
Here's Booker after Mikal Bridges' bucket. 14 feet away, through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there. Booker against Thomas. Bridges a screen on Booker. From deep, Thomas cans it from downtown.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Booker against Thomas. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, Booker welcomes this offensive responsibility. Very capable of carrying the load.
Walker the pass to Bridges. Booker against Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Booker, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
And Booker kicks to Allen. Eubanks with it. Dishes it to Booker. Booker draws the double. There's the pass to Bates Diop. Booker with it. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
They set him up. Booker's going to knock it down. Great execution there.
Walker against Beal. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Count it.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screen.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Trendon Watford. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Royce O'Neal. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Walker. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Thomas.
Well, the length and skill set is a tremendous combination for Mikal Bridges, starting to cook a little bit.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Suns.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Devin Booker.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Finney-Smith passes to Johnson. Bridges kicks to Dinwiddie. Puts up a three. Bridges outside. So it's the Suns winning easily here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Devin Booker.